I was talking this morning about the video, specifically Uptown Girl. I think this is the greatest fucking moment. When you step out of that car at a minute 41 in, which I know.
Howard.
At a minute 41, you step out. You're in the hat. Your legs, they focus on your legs and your feet. Yeah. Oh, and you're dancing around. You still know the dance moves, don't you?
Yeah.
The reason this is so great, first of all, knowing Billy Joel. The fact that, did you get him to dance in that?
You know, I didn't. It was actually his friend, John Small,
Right.
who directed it, who directed all his videos at the time. And John just had this idea and really, you know, just listened to the song and came up with this thing.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was...
Was there a lot of rehearsal? Because it does seem like you guys did choreograph
No,
this.
and you want to hear something? It was the hottest night of the summer. We're
Right.
downtown, across the street from the old CBGB's, right?
Right.
There was that little gas station there. It was so hot that every step, the heels of my shoes would sink into the tarmac of the...
Because the asphalt
because
starts
the
to melt a little
asphalt was
bit.
melted. And every kick, like my shoe would go up, you know, and just be like stuck down there.
How long does it take to shoot something like that?
We were there all night.
Was it
because
fun?
we started late. It was so much fun.
Was it
so much fun?
Was it highly discussed between you and Billy because you're married and you say, should we go?
No. As a matter of fact, it happened very spontaneously. The whole thing was put together very quickly.
Right.
And they were talking about it, and they said, and of course, we're going to need an Uptown Girl. And Billy said, you know, well,
What's wrong with my wife?
You know,
About as
he
uptown
said, well,
as they go.
Christie, do you want to do it? And I said, sure.
Yeah.
And so, you know, like a couple days later, there we were doing it.
Right.
Of course, I got in trouble with Screen Actors Guild
Why?
because I didn't know that I had to like get paid for it.
Right. It's your husband.
Oh, right.
Well, we weren't married at the time.
I see.
You know.
So
but I
rules
was
were
just
broken
like,
because you didn't even have time to discuss it with your management or this or
Yeah.
that. It's like, hey,
So
it's my
we were
husband,
just
my
into the
boyfriend.
fun
yeah.
of it.
we
Yeah.
amended it. It would
Yeah.
have to be union
Is
rules.
that the greatest aphrodisiac? Here's your boyfriend. He's written a song, Uptown Girl. You assumed it was about you, right? Billy claims it's about Elle Macpherson. What do you buy into on that?
Actually, I think he came on your show
Yes.
and said, no, it wasn't about Elle.
Yeah.
It was about me, but he was dating Elle for, you know, a few minutes before, like.
It's a legendary story.
We all met at the same time.
Where
right?
were you?
We
You were
in-
on vacation.
We were in St. Barts.
With
I
who?
was working. I wasn't on vacation.
You're with-
I was
okay.
down there with a magazine. On
Elle
a shoot.
Macpherson.
Elle was down there. She was brand new to the business. She was down there with a different magazine. And Whitney Houston was down there. And Whitney Houston was undiscovered and just the cutest little girl at
Gorgeous.
the time, right?
Do you when
And-
that happens, the three of you are in the same area together?
Yeah,
Like,
so
like-
I was in Gustavia, the main village, having dinner with my hairdresser friend, Maury Hobson, right? And all of a sudden, somebody comes running and goes, Billy Joel's at the bar, at the PLM. And Hobbs is like he stands up right away and goes, oh, come on, let's go.
Of course.
And I said, who's Billy Joel?
Oh.
And,
Is that true?
And I was living in Paris for
I
4
see.
years,
All
so
right.
I had no idea. When I found out that he was the guy from my favorite French radio show that wrote, Bonsoir. Il y a du trafic sur l'autoroute du Nord.
You speak French, huh?
Oui, oui, monsieur.
Yeah.
So I had no idea.
Right.
And one night that, you know, he started playing that, and I was like, wait a minute.
So he's
you listen
sitting-
to the
wait a
same
second.
radio show in Paris as me? And he goes, no, actually, I wrote that.
You thought it was the thing. So he probably dug that you didn't know who he was, right? Because, you know, guys are always on guard.
Well, I kind of didn't say that. You know, I had more manners than that. But I just said to him, because I had no idea if he was like from the South and his name was like Billy Joel something.
Yeah, Billy Joe McAllister.
So, yeah, so I just
Who jumped
said-
off the Tallahatchie
who jumped
Bridge.
Off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
Right.
So I just said, you know, you look like a Joe to me. And I called him Joe forever. I never called him anything but Joe.
Were you thinking, boyfriend material here?
Oh,
or-
no. He was he was as red as a lobster. He was shiny. He was like in like a Hawaiian tourist shirt,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
when Billy starts playing, let's face it,
But yeah, well, you know what? I barely let him play because he sat down at the piano to like do his. He told me later. He said, "I was shooting my best Billy Joel album covers your way," you know.
Right.
And I wasn't paying any attention. And
he was trying to show you his superpowers.
Yeah, and he sits down to play the piano, and I scooch over on the bench and start singing. Oia, que coisa mais linda, mais... He could barely get a song in edgewise. So finally he starts to sing, and at that point Elle appears, and she was sort of like
slinking over.
Yeah, slinking around on the.
You
know,
weren't coming on heavily.
Gorgeous,
she was coming on,
and she's got the body that doesn't need much. All she has to do is lean against something, and she looks incredible.
Right.
And as she's like looking all sexy and hot and incredible. And Billy's finally got the mic from me, right?
Right.
He starts into one of his songs, and all of a sudden there's Whitney. I've got a song.
Yeah.
I'd like to sing. And he's like, go away, kid.
Yeah, you can't sing.
Shoot. And she's like, come on, just play a little Respect. And so he's like, all right, here we go. And then all of a sudden she's like,
He should have signed her right then and there.
Oh, my gosh. She blew everybody away.
So let me understand something. Is it the three of you plus Billy, or is there like a whole crowd forming? Because Billy Joel's playing.
Well, we were up close and center.
Of course.
And,
you're used to that.
Yeah, and then there were, people starting to collect right now because there was only the PLM at that point.
So the rumor was that Billy wrote Uptown Girl for Elle when he was seeing her, but we today choose to believe that it was about you.
If that's true, why wasn't she in the video?
Yeah.
Good point.